Constitution and the Wisconsin Constitution. And we did that, 17-1 abstention. And the abstention was because they knew that they could not vote no against holding up the Constitution.
That's right. That's right.
And so we will continue to pursue that protocol, that plan to protect anyone entering our building. But what we're seeing here today is retaliation to us trying to do what is right, for us doing what is correct, and what also maintains the liberties of not just our immigrant communities, even though they are important and they are a representation of who I am, being the daughter of Mexican immigrants, but for every single person's rights. Because if we start to let the Constitution flee away from us, then we are actually losing all of our rights. So today, we are standing up for our immigrant community, we're standing up for Judge Dugan, but we are standing up for all of us. And that is how it should be. So with that, I pass it to our Register of Deeds, Israel Ramon, for his remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Supervisor. It is my honor to be here this morning. I'm Israel Ramon, the Milwaukee County Register of Deeds. My office is responsible for the recording of all real property records in our county, as well as the issuance of all vital records such as birth, death, marriage, and divorce records across the state. We have seen unprecedented attacks on judges and other elected officials in the last 4 months. The goal is to intimidate and silence us. I will tell you this, I will not be silenced. As a Mexican American and the first Latino constitutional officer in our state since 1848, I will talk when things are wrong. And this is extra-constitutional, unconstitutional, and it is wrong. As a lawyer of 31 years, I took an oath many, many years ago to protect both the federal and state constitution and to uphold the laws of Wisconsin. I will honor my oath. I will continue honoring my oath and will make sure that everyone has access under the law to county facilities, especially my office. As an independently elected constitutional officer, I am the only person who has jurisdiction over the Milwaukee County Register of Deeds offices. I have issued a policy to assure access for all county residents to my office. The Board of Supervisors passed a resolution urging the county executive and the judiciary to create rules to honor our Constitution and to provide safe places for all of our county residents in the courthouse complex. I urge all elected officials to do what I have done and the county board has done without haste. The longer we wait, the more fear and uncertainty will prevail with our county residents, and that is simply wrong. The judiciary and the county executive take action now. Protect our county residents now. Yes. Not a week from now, not a month from now, but now. If the board can do it and I can do it, you guys can do it as well. If any county resident has concerns about any services that my office offers and are afraid or concerned to come to the courthouse and access services to my office, they can call my office at 414-278-4021. If they speak Spanish and want to speak with a Spanish-speaking individual, they can call our dedicated line at 414-335-0723. No one will be turned away from the Register of Deeds office unless they do not have a legitimate purpose to be in my office. I urge all county residents to call us if they have any fears or any concerns about coming to the courthouse. We have wonderful elected leaders in Milwaukee County, both supervisory and constitutional, and we want to make sure that we honor our oaths of office to make sure that we provide services to every county resident that needs it. However, until which time we have a cohesive policy between the judiciary, the legislative branch of our county, and the executive branch, we will have problems in making sure that the residents of our county are served. And we need to make sure that we are there for them and everyone, and we need to make sure that we continue to follow the law. Thank you very much. It is my great pleasure to now introduce State Representative Sylvia Ortiz-Velez from Assembly District 8.
Good morning. I'm sorry. Good morning. Standing here with me today is Representative Supreme Moore Amakunde, Representative Supervisor Saquana Taylor, Representative Margaret Arney, Representative Christine Sinicki, Karen Kirch, and many that couldn't be with us here today. And as the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee in the state of Wisconsin, I am appalled on the assault of our Wisconsin state constitution by Federal Bureau of Investigation here in Milwaukee. I am calling on the federal government to adhere to the U.S. Constitution and to cease its illegal searches and seizures in our city as well as our state. Just recently, a memo was leaked dated March 14th, 2025, from U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi, allowing agents to illegally invade homes with no signed judicial warrants. That is a direct violation of our U.S. and Wisconsin's Constitution. We are entering an era of federal administrative lawlessness and heightened fear in our communities, not against violent criminals that we all agree should be off our streets with due process, but against our community members, our mothers, our fathers, our children, our business owners, and our taxpayers. And I would hope that if anyone would be breaking windows or illegally gaining entry into property, that they be investigated and charged where appropriate for violating our state laws.
Yes. Yes.
As a Wisconsin state representatives and as a state, we must put residents of Wisconsin first. Wisconsin Democrats, we have a bill, AB 57, that would prevent the federal government overreach. This would apply to government spaces as well as schools, churches, daycare centers, and medical facilities. Wisconsin AB 57 would require that no official, employee, or agent of a state agency or other body in a state or local government may aid in the detention of an individual based on them not being lawfully present in the United States unless there's a judicial warrant. We are concerned about the ability of the state to deliver services required by our state constitution. If ICE agents or the federal government have a judicial warrant for an individual in our courthouse that they have validated as dangerous to the public, they should present it for full transparency instead of creating the lawless confusion and general distrust of the public spaces in Milwaukee County. When victims of crime don't come to the court or report crime, it does not make us safer.
Right. That's right. Right.
The federal government must follow state law and allow the state to deliver constitutional guarantees, including, but not limited to, due process, and not to violate our Constitution with federal overreach. As a state, we must ensure people have equal access to state services that are also housed here in Milwaukee County's courthouse. My main concern is for all government buildings that provide public services. They are now under threat. The federal government cannot be allowed to stand in the way of the state to ensure due process and the proper administration of justice for all. For Milwaukee and Wisconsin, abuse of power is not acceptable. Separation of powers must be maintained. Let's be faithful to our Constitution and the rule of law. Good, hardworking people deserve to be treated with dignity and have a pathway to citizenship.
Right, absolutely do.
Fair wages and good working conditions. We need real and meaningful immigration reform from Washington, D.C.
Yes, yes, yes.
We are urging Congress and the President to move forward with solutions that secure our borders and work to reform our broken immigration system.
Yes.
And it's now my honor to have my Senator Tim Carpenter and Senator Chris Larson come up and speak. Thank you.